I guess I got part 2 to the, basically, I don't know what I'm going to call it, but kind of debunking the gun control, like, ideas. Today I'm going to do, assault rifles, or, I guess, quote-unquote assault rifles. There's really no legal definition to what an assault rifle is. Um, anyways, so I guess what I got in front of here is my Benelli MR1. I mean, this is basically a non-restricted version of the AR-15. A lot of people, I mean, it doesn't look as scary of the AR as the AR-15, but I mean, essentially uses the same mags. I mean, it's very reliable. I mean, it's got a pistol grip, which somehow makes it more scary. I could have another one here too, which somehow makes it even more scary. I mean, if you had some sort of a rail system on here, then it'd be restricted probably because it looked bad, even though it still functioned the same way. But anyways, this is another really popular one out there, and especially it's been flared up in the U.S. and I think even Canada too. I know Trudeau's always got talking of, oh, Canadians have to own assault weapons. I guess first off, anyone who calls it an assault weapon, you can, regardless of your beliefs, you're an idiot. If you don't even know what the right name of something is, you shouldn't be banning it. Yeah, I guess I'll kind of just start out by something I just looked up, and it was that it's roughly 5 times as many people in the U.S. are killed a year with knives than semi-automatic rifles. Yeah, but yet, the calls for knife control are non-existent, and I like people's reasoning for whether they're right, but they're saying, well, it'd be total. Well, this is exactly what they'd say, and it's what they should say too. It'd be, number one, it'd be totally, unreasonable, and that's, you'd never be able to ban all knives. Which is the same reason gun control isn't going to work, because you'd never be able to get them from the criminals. Like I said in the first video, look at people in there. They recognize that by banning drugs hasn't worked. That somehow prohibiting something does nothing to, and it actually makes it worse because you create a black market for it. And guns are the same way, but somehow people can't figure that out. Yeah, like I said, these kill, it's maybe 100 people a year. Semi-automatic rifles in the U.S. kill. Canada would probably be like 10, if that. But yeah, Trudeau in the U.S. and the people in the U.S. are, oh yeah, we gotta ban semi-automatic rifles because they look bad. It really shows just how stupid people are that they're gonna ban something based off their looks. Like, are you serious? Like, and in Canada, I mean, that, I don't know, a lot of people won't believe it, but that's actually what they did. When they were originally deciding what guns are going to be restricted, what guns are going to be non-restricted, stuff like that. A lot of it was actually based off of looks. Okay, a lot of people won't believe that, but you're probably the stupidest people out there, so go ahead, not believe it. Like I said, this gun's non-restricted. The AR-15 is restricted. Why? Because an AR-15 is called an AR-15. This gun functions every bit as well as an AR-15. It's not restricted because it's not an AR-15. It still uses the same mags, similar operating system. You could have freaking pistol grips and red dots and stuff like that. But, and again, another thing I'd like to point out too is how people would say, well, when you you let people have high-cap mags, assault rifles, stuff like that. Um, you know, there's going to be more murders, there's going to be more crime, stuff like that. But this, guns like this they're perfect proof because these guns are non-restricted, which means, essentially means you can have it in your vehicle as long as it's unloaded. You can have it. The rules are definitely quite a bit less restrictive, but yet there has been guns in Canada which have been non-restricted. A notable shooting or shootings happened with it, and they were restricted. Nothing's happened with this gun. Nothing's happened with the Robinson XCR. Nothing's happened with the Tor. Nothing's even happened with an SKS, which proves that gun control. Restricting guns does nothing to affect crime, for the simple fact that criminals are going to get the guns either way. And if you argue that, basically what you're saying is that the drug war is a good thing because by banning stuff like marijuana, criminals aren't going to get it, or people aren't going to get it. And we all know that's not true. So, yeah, and again, I think one of the big reasons people use these in mass shootings, which again, mass shootings are you're far more likely to be, I don't even know what the number is, probably at least 10 times, probably 20 or 30 times more likely to be killed than just a regular, while you're walking down the street, at night someone decides they're going to rob you, you fight back, they shoot you type thing, than a mass shooting. And chances are that'll be with a cheap handgun too that you're not even worried about, but the reason why these are used in mass shootings basically is because people see in stuff like Call of Duty, and I'm not someone who thinks that video games make people violent, but I am someone who believes that people who don't know what they're talking about generally, base their beliefs on what they see on TV and video games. And what do they see all the people on TV and video games using? Well, they see, AR or M4s, stuff like that. So what are they going to use? You can use an M4 or AR-15. They don't see them using, revolvers, which is why, probably the reason why they don't use revolvers. They always dress up in black, well, because criminals on TV and stuff, they always dress up in black, and I think another big reason about mass shootings too is that you really got to stop. Obviously, I'm not saying you don't want to worry about it, but I'm sure on the day Sandy Hook happened, there were more people that died in the U.S. from car accidents. Okay, no one's worried about car accidents. Right, more people die of drunk driving than from guns, but yet I don't hear anyone saying anything about banning alcohol. The U.S. already tried that. Another reason, prohibition of anything doesn't work. You might get the odd person to not get it, but the people intent on harm and the potential good of guns to it totally outweighs the bad. Yeah. Like I said, in Canada, a gun like this is non-restricted. What makes it more dangerous than an AR-15? Can someone please tell me that? The answer is nothing, so you're not going to find anything, but there's probably some idiot that's going to say, well, the AR-15 basically looks bad, of course, or the military uses the AR-15. Well, this gun, I believe, was actually designed for the Marines, and the Marines, I think, would be considered a branch of the military, so that's basically debunked right there, that because the Army has used it somehow makes it bad. Armies have used SKSs. Does that somehow make it bad? It's non-restricted. The Army uses the 1911 for the longest time. Does that somehow make it bad, not at all. I mean, yeah, I mean, the idea that because the military uses it somehow makes it, you know, a killing machine in the hands of a monkey would be just retarded. Again, I probably forgot some things, some good reasons. I know, just going off the top of your head, you always forget some stuff that you wish you'd said, so I might make a part 2, I might just throw it in the comments, but if you think of something too, just throw it in the comments too. Anyways, I'm going to have more videos too, so